There is only one way to start this show. How about them Cowboys? How about cry, Eagles, cry? 33-13. How about that exposed Cowboy defense holding Jalen Hurts' offense to 2 field goals? The first one made possible only because of a successful fake punt. How about Stephon Gilmore getting in A.J. Brown's head and shutting him down? How about Dak Prescott saying he could have played much better? He could have. And if he would have, the Cowboys would have won by even more, scored even 50 points. That is true. How about my rocket-launching rookie kicker going 30 for his first 30 field goals, including 4 more last night, 2 of them from 60 and 59? How about 15 straight home wins and now leading the division at 10-3? How about it, Cowboy doubters, Keyshawn Johnson, Richard Sherman, Michael Irvin, and I cannot wait to hear how you'll attempt to discredit and disqualify this Cowboy victory. Did this one count? I think it did. Keyshawn, you get first honors here. Scale of 1 to 10. How impressed were you with what the Cowboys did last night to the Eagles?
Skip.
We're waiting.
I know. So look, man.
This is why you can't give them nothing, boy. I tell you
No,
what.
it's all good. A 10. Y'all
You're going to give us a 10?
Yes. Y'all passed the first test.
Oh, we passed the test. It wasn't a pop quiz.
No, y'all did that against Seattle. Y'all did that against Seattle. I'm going to always give you what you deserve. I'm not going to fictitiously try to...
Taking this 10, you went too far with that. Just go ahead and finish, though. You ain't always give us what we deserve, but we take the 10 right now. But you
I'm giving you the 10, Michael.
Okay, that's the 10 now, but you said always.
I always give you what you deserve. When you deserve something, I give it to you. When you don't deserve it, I'm not just going to fictitiously, delusionally do what you and Skip do week in and week out.
Talk to him.
As I sat with you last night, I told you, Michael, y'all good. Y'all good. You passed the pop quiz open book, Skip. Now you passed the test. The midterm exam is coming, meaning you're going to Buffalo and Miami.
Yes,
the final is when you make the playoffs and you do something.
Okay.
So right now, you should be extremely happy. The defense played well. Stephon Gilmore did his job. CeeDee Lamb 8. Cooks 8. The tight end was phenomenal. The field goal kicker, as you mentioned, boom. The quarterback, oh my God. The quarterback. Everybody's been waiting. He did his job. He didn't turn the football over other than the fumble. I mean, he was trying to get out of harm's way. That slipped out his hand, scoop and score. And at that point, I had to go get some tissue for Michael because I thought he was going to, he was a little, when they was scoop and score, he hit.
I still share my own emotion.
But at the same time, Skip, you cannot take anything away saying that the Dallas Cowboys played bad, they didn't deserve to win. They did everything right. You deserve it, 100%. But oh my goodness, there's gonna come a time, as your old partner Stephen A. always says, it's the Cowboys. Just wait. Just wait.
My own partner, Shannon Sharp, kept saying this.
Just wait. Just wait. But congratulations to both you and the Playmaker 88 as he celebrated with me last night.
You guys had a good time, I would imagine. Like you said, Skip, I give you an 8.5. They did do, like you said, they had those long field goals because they couldn't finish the drives. But the field goal kicker has been tremendous. CD had a good game. Dak had a really good game. Jake Ferguson looked legitimate. He made some huge plays. He broke a few tackles on one of the plays, got down the field. They were dynamic. Tony Pollard, I mean, he only rushed for 65 yards, but looked a lot better than he had earlier in the season. The defense got pressure. I think they only had two sacks, but it was the 0 pressures against Jalen Hurts that really made him look very afraid. I had never seen Jalen Hurts look rattled. They ran 3 0 pressures, Dan Quinn did, and they had done this in the past. They did it against Brock Purdy. It didn't work out like this. No. Different kind of guy, but Jalen retreated, missed on 2 throws, and then the 3rd throw, he hit Devontae Smith. But again, Stephon Gilmore made a great tackle, a phenomenal tackle. He's having a great year, underrated year. I think he's outperforming what even you thought he'd be doing.
I would agree. Are you surprised at his age he's playing at this level?
Yeah, because sometimes that's fabricated. You know, some people are just built different. I mean, Darius Slay, Stephon Gilmore, both above 30 years old and both playing at a high level. I think you want to take things away from corners when they get that age because history have told you to do that. The running back market the same way. But they did play really well, and they did not give up a touchdown in the entire game. They played as well as they could be expected, and in the same breath, they helped the San Francisco 49ers out because now they're the 1 seed in the NFC. And so I'll take it still.
You'll take it. All right.
If I got to pay a couple dinners for the Niners to be 1 in the...
Oh, wait. Somebody finally mentioned the dinners. You lost 2. Keyshawn lost another one.
I'll take it.
So you owe me 4. Keyshawn owes me 3, but he's paid 1 off. I think he owed me 3, actually, but that's okay.
You know you don't be up at dinner anyway. It's going to be lunches.
Lunches. I will eat.
Well, that's all good, Michael.
Yeah.
It's good.
I can't, you guys, Key, use words like delusional. And obviously, I haven't been delusional here. Everything I have said has come to fruition. When I told you weeks ago, Mortimer, we're back. Oh, wait a minute, you're not back. Because I saw. See, you guys look at the 180. I bring the folks the whole 360. I told you we will be here. This was a 10. And Key I was there with Key when I pulled up. He texts me all day. Come on, man. Don't be late. Don't be scared. Come on. I'm coming. And then we went right down the field. He was in my ear right then, Skip, talking about, when we went right down the field, talking about, that ain't nothing, you still got Sam. I said, we in the first quarter. I said, come on. Are you already capitulating this game? We're in the first quarter. We got so much football to go. Now, listen, what I saw was complete domination. Domination. And for people to be sitting here and saying they haven't beaten anybody with the winning record.
That's over with now.
Yeah, but I just want to remind you where you were. You know what I mean?
It's over with now. You beat somebody with a winning record. But it's over.
Okay, but let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I bring this up. I always say I measure people in distance travel. When you hear about Michael Irvin, you say, oh, this dude may be that. So you may have me already at a -6. So when I come in the door, you got me at a -6. So if I move that thing to a +5, now I moved you 10 steps. You see what I mean? That's a wow factor. And I want you to understand, don't just say that it's over. What the Dallas Cowboys did to the Philadelphia Eagles was a wow factor you trying to count. To go from a -6 to a 5, I'm really an 11. Well, most people going to say, oh, you 1 to 10. That's an 11. Those 11 steps. That was a wow factor victory yesterday, and you got to give that to the Dallas Cowboys because that was one of the better teams in the National Football League. You can know it. I always say, when we were winning Super Bowl, Skip, we had to get over Philly and deal with the 49ers.
Yep.
Yesterday, I needed Dallas to get over Philly so you could properly look at the 49ers, and they dispensed of it well. Well, I'm not worried about if we should go see these again. If we should go see these again, I'm okay with that because where was the domination? On that offensive line and that defensive line.
It was.
Our offensive line, our defensive line won both of those battles and won them handedly. And that's the scary part. That's the scary part because, I was afraid of that defensive line they got built over there and the talent they got. But, boy, that offensive line stepped up and took it out. So it's a 10+ for me. Now, but I am waiting to see San Fran. But we have gotten over Philly. I'm not worried about them as much as you want.
Okay, it is my turn. I'm going to go to a 9 because, as I said as I opened this show, my quarterback can play much better than he played last night. He has been on a tear that he did not equal last night. His QBR was 68 on a scale of 0 to 100. I mean, last year at Tampa in a playoff game, he had a 97. So I have seen him play better, and he was the first to say after the game, I can play much better than I played tonight. I thought he missed some throws that he usually makes. I thought early on he got a little overamped and he was a little wild high. He can play better. But the point is, I'm going to do this for your benefit and for your benefit, just because you're sitting to my right. I saw a team that if it gets to see the 49ers again, it will beat the 49ers.
You don't
I'm going to
believe
just lay
that,
it right on the middle of the
You
table
don't believe that.
right now.
If you believe that, then
I believe it with
we ain't
all
got no
my
way.
heart and soul.
Well, don't
because
believe with all that, Skip.
I told all of you from the start of the season, we are better than the Eagles. I wasn't remotely surprised by what I saw last night because it could have been worse than it was. I said it would be by 16, and it was by 20. And I think both of you would now concur with me. Dallas is just better than Philadelphia. Just better, top to bottom. Okay, top to bottom, right to left, all the way across the ball. They're just better. So last night, I want to start with the head coach, who I've been critical of in the past. He showed me some serious guts last night because 4 days after he was on the operating table, he literally stood up to the challenge. He literally stood for 3 hours when I doubted he could stand for 3 hours because I think it was hard on him. I think it was hard on his body. I think it was hard on his soul, hard on his spirit. He had to literally suck it up and go out there and stand up on the sideline because he said he did not feel comfortable trying to call plays from up on high.
Got to look in their eyes.
Yeah, got to look. I got to see the quarterback's eyes. I got to see. I've never heard him say that before.
Yeah, I got to see his eyes.
And that resonated with me, and I think it really resonated with the football team.
That's
I think he won some points with them that he has not won before.
Because the team looks at the sacrifices and say, we're all in. Everybody's all in here. That's good. Go ahead, Skip.
All right. So his play calling is masterful to me. He is on the kind of role he was on with Aaron Rodgers longest 13 years ago, but they went and won a Super Bowl together. And a lot of people were telling me at that point, he just might be the best play caller in football. Do I think he's better than Kyle? Well, Kyle has proven it at the highest of levels for a longer time. Okay, I'll give you Kyle. But Mike McCarthy is wowing me. He is blowing me away, especially in the red zone. He's getting clever. I'm seeing things happen. They went 3 for 3 in the red zone. You've got to give them that. And I got to rave about this young man. But my tight end has become the spirit of the offense. And Jake Ferguson made a play early. If we could see this, this is after Dak's first touchdown. It was in the second drive. And he made a play that set the physical tone for the football game. And you've had issues with, are we physical enough? And here's Dak to Jake Ferguson. And look what he did to Reed Blankenship. He knocked him out of the game. And I hope he's okay because I don't like to see head injuries because that was bad. But he's gronking people, except he's nastier than Gronk. Gronk was like a benign bully. Jake Ferguson is just running over.
Where y'all be getting kind of extra. I'm trying to give you credit, but God, give him an inch and take a mile.
Man, Roby want to be a Cowboy.
Hey, is he not headhunting? He's just like, give me the ball and let me find somebody to run over.
Anytime you hit a knee with a helmet, a guy is going to get woozy.
But not just that. You see what Skip said. Skip also, it's in the way in which he's playing. When he caught that ball on Jamal Adams, what he's saying now is we're not being bullied. I'm not being bullied. We're not being bullied. We're not having it. And this is a dude that he was quiet. He was quiet early on, and now he has taken on his own personality.
You needed a big body at the receiver position. It just so happened to be Ferguson, as Skip talked about earlier in the season.
I thought we would miss Dalton Schultz, and we don't miss him.
No, not at all. Ferguson, in my opinion, based on what he's shown me over the last several weeks, is better than Dalton Schultz. There's no question about it to me.
Chris Collinsworth kept calling him the enforcer because Dak has called him, he's like our enforcer.
It's good.
So he's bringing a physical spirit to the offense. We were all finesse.
See, I was trying my best, though, Skip, to allow you to appreciate the moment that happened last night without really diving into what most people would deem hater, negativity.
Dive into last night. Well, don't dive into the NFC Championship game. That ain't going to happen sometimes. I'm just saying, as long as you dive into the night, we good. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Michael, I didn't even say anything about the NFC Championship game that y'all have yet to appear in this year, and I didn't talk about last year. I was going to talk about last night and what happened yesterday. The fact of the matter is, the Philadelphia Eagles, to give you credit defensively, you allowed them to go down the field and get into the fringe to the red zone 4 straight times, okay? And 2 field goals, 2 costly turnovers.
Right.
But they got down there. Those are mistakes that you created defensively by punching the ball out and doing those things. However, they were able to do that, though. They were able to do that.
They're the best.
If Jalen Hurts doesn't realize that he's being chased from behind just like Devontae Smith, because you know as a defender, they're coming from behind. You got to protect that football.
Right.
You have to put 2 hands on it and squeeze it and know when the journey is up. That didn't happen last night. Credit to the Dallas Cowboys and their defense. Also, I want to mention the San Francisco 49ers had a 10 days rest. The Dallas Cowboys had 10 days rest. You know, as players, you get 10 days, you feel a whole lot better than a short week, so to speak, with the Philadelphia Eagles.
I kept telling you that all week.
Look.
I'm just giving you.
Okay.
Look,
I'm just giving you a little.
I'm gonna level set this for you guys because I appreciate what you're saying, Skip. Now, Irv, I appreciate what you're saying. Gronk is a little. Ferguson is having a good season. He's having a good season. He's having a good year.
Running over
Like Gronk, man.
It would be a hard play for him to even make a Pro Bowl this year. Yeah, but he won't even make the Pro Bowl this year. I mean, there's Sam Laporta in Detroit that's playing better. There's George Kittle still in this. Let's not get crazy. Gronk is crazy. Gronk was
that guy.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm just making the point that that's the kind of way the train is getting away from you, Skip. You see a performance where you're like, man, this guy's playing well, and he deserves credit.
All right.
But at the same time, you cannot say, well, you can say, because you're delusional at times, that you watch this team and then you watch the San Francisco 49ers who spread the ball out, who have been doing this all season, who have 4 guys over 800 yards from scrimmage, and you say, this offense is better than that one. With Kyle Shanahan at the helm, with Brock Purdy playing away as efficient as he is, #1 in QBR, your favorite stat in the world to say, your team played incredible last night.
You're #1 by like a 1/10 of a point over that.
Now we're 10th, and now we're inching. Now he's had 7. Brock Purdy has had 7 consecutive games over 70% completion. But let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys because they did have a great game against the Philadelphia Eagles. This is after the San Francisco 49ers trounced them. They beat them on the line of scrimmage after Jalen Carter said, hey, we're going to get more physical today. And they did it in a way that I thought Irv would attack a little bit more because they did it physical. Can you say it, Bobby?
I love
I'm trying to set you up.
Bringing it up.
I'm bringing it right to you.
I want to hear you talk about it because I told you prior to. All you're doing is realizing he was right. You needed that. Now, let me tell you something. The physicality here with Philly is one thing. The physicality with San Fran, we'll talk about. That's another. That's a whole nother.
But to that point, I just was making a point. Right. It's the turnovers that they got. It was different for me. Because the turnovers that they got were physical plays.
I like that point. It's not just about interceptions. It's also about turnovers, period. So now you know this ain't happenstance. It's directed. When you see those balls getting punched out like that, that's directed. It's not happenstance. That's the difference.
Hey, Richard, since your man Dan Quinn took over in Dallas, we have run away with the takeaway lead in the league. Since he walked in the door, what we do is take the ball away.
He's a great coach.
So last night, 3 times, to your point, they're driving because they're really good on offense. Because they're receiver and they got Dallas Goedert back, and I'm thinking, this is going to be a long night.
Another dude that's not 100% healthy.
Okay, he's not, but he looked pretty good last night. To me, he looked like he's moving pretty well. Can we see in a row the 3 turnovers that were forced? Were forced.
Yeah, make this point, Skip, because I had it written down. I'm going to let you go. Let him walk. Let him walk.
I cleared the pass for you.
Let him handle it.
3 turnovers in a row. This is Jalen first.
You said the pass through.
Jalen first, and Donovan Wilson just stripped him, and you made the point, Rich. You got to protect, or no, Keyshawn said from behind. And then Gilmore.
Squeeze it.
Gilmore got him.
Got to squeeze it.
Okay. And then
know when the journey is over. You know they coming from behind. Know when the journey is over.
We got him again. I told you, 14 can play. He flies around. He's undersized out of Florida A&M, but Marquise Bell, he's in the middle of stuff. Every time I look around, he can play. Probably weighs 220. And he's
when they go back and watch the film today.
And what is this here?
That's Devontae. That's A.J. Brown.
Right.
The journey is up, Michael. You know the journey's up. Put 2 hands on the ball you know they come from behind.
But the journey was up for the Eagles right there. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's up. Which journey?
Right here, this game.
In the game.
This game.
Oh yeah, we walked out after the nice throw by Dak Prescott.
When I sat here and told you guys what I loved about the Philadelphia Eagles is they don't give up. They're always in the game. And they got that one dude, well, that dude ain't gonna let us lose. That dude ain't gonna let us lose. They can look at him. And for them, it was all three of those dudes that Skip just talked about and brought up those fumbles on. I always say, here, you attack team weakness to beat them. You attack their strength to break them. That is their strength. Mm-hmm. We took the ball from their strength.
Yep.
So then that means you break that team. Mm-hmm. That's why I never worried about that team coming back. I said they would win 34-24. They scored 33 points.
Right. And
33 points.
I will say this.
I was off by one.
The San Francisco 49ers and Nicholas John Bosa said, hey, we gave y'all the recipe to beat Jalen Hurts. Just follow the blueprint. Mm-hmm. And they followed the blueprint to the T. They kept him in the pocket, made him execute from the pocket. He was unable to do so. He retreated. Now, a wrinkle that San Francisco didn't even put in was the zero pressures. The zero pressures on third down.
Zero blitz with nobody back.
With nobody back. Right. That's what really broke them, and that's what they're going to have to deal with going forward because Jalen Hurts did not respond to that well. And if y'all play him again, I would have guessed Dan is going to put more zero pressures in because he did not have an answer. They did not have an answer. And you talk about losing Shane Steichen and Gannon the way they did, and the new coordinators and Sean Desai and Johnson.
But those zero pressures, Richard, on 3rd and 1,000,000, you can bring zero pressure.
No, this was 3rd and 6. This was 3rd and 7.
You got to get the ball out quick, fast, in a hurry. You got to get the ball out. There's nothing they can do. You can't account. You don't have enough people to account for what they bring.
No, because zero pressures in those situations usually get bamboozled. You throw a bomb, it's a PI. You throw a slant, they break a tackle, they're out the gate. It happened to the San Francisco 49ers against the Minnesota Vikings. So it's not necessarily just easy when it happens. They executed it really well. Dan does a great job drawing it up. But they won the game in the trenches. You watch this team against the San Francisco 49ers last week. Again, this team is going to be different.
Right. But one last thing. When they said blueprint, and everybody says, oh, you got a blueprint, that's just an idea on a piece of paper. You got to have the men to enforce the blueprint. The print is just blue ink on a piece of paper. We got the guys to enforce it. Other teams do not.
So, Richard, you said after Seattle that you thought our defense got exposed.
I did.
By Geno and company. Geno wasn't able to play yesterday because he pulled his groin in practice. Okay.
Need him back.
What did you see last night? You played this game at a high level. We're still 4th in points allowed. So we held Jalen Hurts to 2 field goals. However we did it, forced and turnovers, they moved the ball in the middle.
You did it.
Right. And they're the best. They're supposed to move the ball. They're one of the best teams in the National Football League.
They are one of the best. So what did you see from our defense? Because we got after Jalen. We didn't sack. Micah got him one time, and it was a hellacious sack. It was a bull rush.
Yeah. Right.
Between two.
And you saw what Michael did with the flu to Lane Johnson. Nose bleeding, everything, man, helmet all up in his head. When they see those 3 guys give up the ball and they look over there and they see the great Lane Johnson look like somebody just clobbered him, they're like, oh, we in trouble. The Cowboys are serious. That's what I'm saying.
So what did you see from our defense last night? Did you reverse your thought any at all about how good we are on defense?
No, but I got to give you credit. It did not change a lot of what I thought because I watched the Eagles' deep offense struggle against San Francisco 49ers in a very similar way. It seems like there are holes in Jalen Hurts' game that people are exposing. They're making him play quarterback from the pocket and execute at a high level from the pocket. He has been unable to do so against these elite teams that have played him like this. Hey, they're not letting him scramble out.
The last two teams.
That's what I'm saying. That played him like this. That made him, hey, we're not going to let you go to your right and make big plays on the run and play this backyard brand of football. We're going to make you execute from your back foot, from the pocket, in structure, and see what you can do. And he has been unable. But your defense, I saw discipline from the D-line. I saw guys stopping the run. I saw Adigizua making great stops in the run game. I saw Stephon Gilmore look like the defensive player of the year that he was, playing tight coverage, making huge stop after huge stop.
You did not see Deron Bland because
They didn't throw it. I don't know if they threw it.
Right.
I mean, he was quiet in a good way.
I'm sure they were. When I haven't seen all 22, and I'm pretty sure it was like I told. We leaned a little help over there from the safety to make sure that at least you get off that read.
You can do that with Gilmore right there. With
Gilmore on AB. Yeah, you can do that.
All right. I can't leave this be without talking about this rookie kicker because
oh my gosh,
this has become a weapon. So we have Kevontae Turpin returning punts and kickoffs. He's a weapon. And we have a field goal kicker who launches NASA rockets. Right. He has a big leg, maybe the biggest leg in pro football. It might be. And I got to knock on wood here because I don't even like to talk about kickers because will he miss? Yes, he's going to miss a field goal. I hope it doesn't really matter when he misses because they all miss, and then it depends on how they bounce back.
Right.
But his composure is at the highest level because nothing yet seems to bother him. He's missed some extra points. It hasn't bothered him. But if we could see his four, are we watching them now? They're effortless.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And he kicked it from 60, and I'm pretty sure it would have been good from 70.
Right.
It sure looked like it to me.
I was hollering, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I was ready to rip Mike.
He kicked it from the
head off. But when that ball went through, I was like, good call. Good call. Because Key was right there trying to mess with me about it.
Okay, so he didn't even kick in college. He played soccer at Notre Dame, but he's right from there. He's right by Frisco, Texas, like a mile away from where they train. And yet he goes to the USFL, and he's pretty good. And somebody knew he was good enough to jump on him, and I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even know if he could win the competition to be the kicker. And now he's gone 30 for his first 30. I hope he doesn't become a 30 for 30, as in I lost it, and I don't know where it went. But I don't know. Is that not a huge...
I mean, the way he's kicking him, I mean, what it looks like from the outside looking in, a kicker, perfect. He's unrattled. He's in a dome stadium, so he's going to really deal with the elements. I mean, and he's kicking them down the pipe. They're going right down the, like, from either hash. I mean...
With height, they are elevating quickly. And Keyshawn is being driven out of his mind by all this because he has no responses.
I'm letting you talk, Skip.
No.
They play Buffalo next week.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
So that's
they won this game. They go to Buffalo. I told you at the start of this, you passed the test.
Okay.
You got a midterm coming up between Buffalo and Miami.
Okay.
You got a midterm coming up. It's good.
Okay.
I applaud you guys.
So
what do you want me to say? I can't lie about what I saw, Skip.
Okay, so you have picked you picked one
I'm
into
picking
this
Buffalo.
game. No, but you picked Dallas to lose to Philly, lose to Buffalo, lose to Miami.
100%.
Are you sticking by lose Buffalo, lose to Miami?
100%. 1,000%.
Really?
I am not changing my mind at all, despite what I saw them do to Philadelphia, a division rival, that they played tough, stepped out of bounds in the end, tied in short in Philadelphia. As Michael Irvin likes to say, they were gathering information. The information that they gathered helped them beat Philadelphia this time. Guess what? Philadelphia gathered information as well. So if they see Dallas again, that zero blitz, they'll have an answer too. I've been in that situation before where I was zero blitz. And then we saw them again. Come on with the zero blitz. We got an answer for it. So next time, the conversation will be different. I give you it, Skip. Y'all are good. You beat a team over 500, and you didn't just beat them. You slapped them. You just annihilated them. No question about it.
We bullied them.
But you're going on the road. So this conversation on Tuesday, as Michael say, what did you tell me last night? Don't do something, count about it worry about it on Tuesday. Let me have my glory on Monday, and we'll deal with this on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Our glory with that story of wait. Stop robbing our glory.
He was preaching to me last night. You know, it was loud. And,
let it go.
Yeah, it was something.
That's what he was.
It was something.
He was already ahead. I'm like, we on this train right now.
No, but I had conceded to you in the first quarter.
I ain't want you to concede. There is no concede.
I said y'all gonna win this game. It's over.
You say you want to take your victory.
No, listen,
I just saw it.
And I can't have y'all also up here killing Philadelphia like this. Now, hold on.
Who killing? I ain't killing Philadelphia.
But in your attempt to try to minimize the Cowboy win, it'll be a dashing down on Philly.
I'm not dashing down on Philly.
Philly has come through a gauntlet of a schedule.
Absolutely.
A gauntlet of a schedule.
In a number of plays.
Come on, man.
and they've
What are
come
they, 4-1
through.
on that little stretch right there?
Yeah,
They lost.
Yeah, like 3-2, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3-2. That's right. Philly and San Francisco.
Right. But it was a gauntlet of a schedule, man.
Yes.
And they're still right in
And they got
the
Seattle
Well, first of all,
But
if the Eagles win out, they still win in the NFC
Yes.
title.
Yes.
Okay, they got the Giants twice and the Arizona Cardinals. They go to a Seattle team in Seattle that could be tricky, depends on what it's like. But for the most part, if they go 3-1 on a 4-game stretch, y'all gonna lose to one of these 3 teams coming up, whether it's Buffalo, Miami, or Detroit. Even though Detroit looks weird, y'all gonna lose to one of them.
Okay.
And at that point, they get right back into position and they win the division. That's all.
At the end of the day, I'm just excited. They put the San Francisco 49ers, after having some stumbles early in the season, back in the #1 seed, back in the driver's seat and control of that.
But we also put that loss
on the Philadelphia
behind us.
That's fine.
That loss is behind us now. You don't know how you will call this game when they see each other again.
Oh,
Who don't know? Who don't know?
Wait, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about
You
it.
brought it up. Now we'll talk
I'm
about
just saying,
it.
but I'm
You
just
brought it up. Now we
I
just
ain't
gonna
bringing to
talk
talk about it. I'm bringing to make a point here, just a point. But that's what happened yesterday. With not just the victory, what kind of victory you
But
saw.
the problem that you're going to have, Michael, if you're talking about the San Francisco 49ers, in all honesty, you're probably not going to win. See, this is the problem that I try to get y'all to understand. You're probably not going to win the division. Regardless of, because for you to win the division,
Listen,
they've got to lose 2 games.
No, okay,
They're not going to do that.
Let me help you with this. The whole NFL better get together, because that's what's going down right now. The whole NFL is getting together to make sure Dallas do not make it to Las Vegas.
I'm gonna let you know something.
So
NFL ain't gotta
they
do
all better
nothing.
work to make sure all of them work together to make sure Dallas don't get
not
home
working
field
together.
advantage, because we will not lose a game
not working
at
together.
home.
You're gonna
That's all
be
I'm
on
saying.
the road,
Yeah,
Michael.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you're
That's
praying
not
for
what-
right now.
I'm
That's
not-
what they're praying for, Skip.
That's not
They
what
do
they
not
worry
want to see Dallas
The
at
San
home
Francisco
throughout the
49ers
playoffs.
don't
You
care
might as
where
well
they
get
see
the
y'all.
trophy and put it on the desk. If we're going through Dallas, you put the trophy on the
And that's
desk
how
right
you
now.
lose us.
Put the
You
trophy
start
on the
acting
desk.
like that, just like them people last night, acting out to the
I'm
point
just
where you
saying.
got to tell them to get away from you because it's too much.
I was with y'all. I feel like I gave valid credit. I gave what to do. Now
I
y'all
did
want to
too.
get off the rack. This is
Now
why it's hard.
yes.
Y'all get off the
Now
rail.
y'all going crazy.
Sean,
Yes.
we got a lot of football.
You got 4 games.
We just might win all 4 of them. That's how good we are right now. We just might.
Buffalo, you saw what Buffalo looked like yesterday. Come on, man. Buffalo, and we'll talk about that next. We'll talk about that next.
Michael,
But you can
going
win
to
all 4.
Orchard
You can win
Park,
all of
man,
them.
that's a different deal.
Yeah, we win all
You're
of them.
not at home. You're going on the road in the freezing cold.
Right.
It's a
Right.
different deal.
And
They in the mix to try to make the playoffs.
and you're taking
you act
a
like they're going
different
somewhere
stick.
that-
It's a bigger stick. You're not swinging the stick we were swinging with in the first 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks.
Good point.
You're swinging
Agreed.
a big stick now. You
By the
go
way,
Orchard Park, you go anywhere
Man,
swinging
pass
this
the
kind of
cup
stick.
around, man.
I mean,
Pass the cup.
I can't, because what he got in this
Get an
cup.
offering,
But
man.
it's a
You-
real stick.
You preaching to me right
But
now.
I'm saying,
I don't want to drink haterade.
we only said none of that.
Haterade, we try to bring some order to your. I can't.
By the way, just a couple of quick side notes. I think Kevin Byard, I got Kevin Byard. Oh, we're in trouble. I think he played last night, but I don't remember it. Do you? I think Shaq Leonard actually got in the game last night. They stole Shaq Leonard from us. And I don't think it matters. 33 to...
Y'all, I can't look. I can't speak for because Philadelphia. I thought they would play better. They did not.
They
But
did.
If
beat
you
'em.
think the San Francisco 49ers don't got a lot of things for y'all, y'all have went outside of y'all minds, and y'all need to find
Now,
it.
in turnover ratio, San Francisco leads all of football on +11. We're sitting right there at +10. We're right on their heels.
I hear you,
I
but
punched a few balls out last night. Okay.
Okay, all right,
That's
we're
fine.
right there. All right, we got to change the subject for a moment because we've got to talk about what happened in another game that happened right before this game. Wait a minute. Now Patrick Mahomes is crying like a spoiled brat?
Uh-oh.
Come on,
Man, I
Patrick.
one last
Come
thing on the
on.
way out. Here we go!
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.